Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
We are from the group 10 of course design of EST from class 7B. Would we present the materials about developing materials from Kathleen Graves Designing Language course chapter 8. The presentation will be presented by Teksmanita Nurul Fatiyah, Uswatun Hasanah, Ferawati, Vira Oktaviani, and Yuni Yunia. This is the table of the contents that will be presented by our group. The first material, developing materials, the scope of materials development, will be presented by Teksmanita.
The first material is the scope of materials development. In this chapter, we will study how to adapt existing material and develop new material as part of a coherent plan for teaching a course. For the definition of material development is the planning process which a teacher creates and develops lessons from units to carry out the course goals and objectives. Material development can also be interpreted as the process to make the teacher syllabus more and more specific. Next. In this regard, teacher is simply viewed as a technician and not a professional. This is because not all teachers can develop material in every unit being taught. Some of the reasons are teachers are asked to strictly adhere to a predefined textbook and schedule. Jadi dia harus matuhin banget jadwal sama aturan yang udah dikasih gitu. Yang kedua, teachers do not have time in their schedule to develop all the materials for every course they teach. And the addition reason is sometimes teacher didn't paid by the teachers didn't pay when they develop the material. Next, please. For a teacher designing a course, material development means creating, choosing, or adapting and organizing materials and activities that will help students achieve their learning goals and course objectives. In order to understand the scope of materials development and where it fits within designing a course, we can refer to the following diagram. The developing material is on the fourth diagram in the determining unit content and developing material. Next. Based on Kathleen Graves' book entitled Designing Language Course, a guide for teachers, material development includes decisions about the actual material used, such as textbook, text, pictures, worksheets, videos, etc. Second is activities carried out by students. Third is how the material and activities are organized into lesson. According to this book, material development is influenced by teachers' belief and understanding of language teaching and learning that is applied to certain courses and in certain contexts. In this case, the process of developing materials involves decisions about how teachers apply their teaching principle into practice.
Thank you, Teksmanita Nurul Fatiyah, for delivering the materials. The next materials, will be presented by Yuni Yuniat. On what basis does one choose, adapt, or develop materials?
Thank you to the moderator. And today I'd like to explain about on what basis does one choose, adapt, or develop materials. To define the context you will need to create the materials for the unit. Sketch out a list of ideas for the materials, then make a list of what you took into consideration as you sketch out your ideas. The list you make, the list that can help you to get the core of what you consider important in developing materials. The students should know what are their needs in learning. Next. So after following a piece of authentic materials, you can make a list to help you get the core of what you consider important in development materials. The thing that consider that might be important in developing materials are: the first is activities should draw on what students know, such as their experience or their current situation, and be relevant to them to draw on what they know before moving to what is new, to validate their experience, to use what they know as the language basis for the lessons, or to engage their interest. For example, like students make a list of what they consider when looking for a place to live. The second is activities should focus on students outside of class needs, inappropriate so that needs can be met. For examples like brainstorm issues or questions about their actual housing. Next. The third is activities should build students' confidence, so students can feel confident in transferring what learned outside of class. For examples like sequence the activities so they provide enough practice. The fourth is activities should allow students to problem solve, discover, analyze, so that students will be engaged, so that students will be use language. For example, like abbreviations, matching exercise, or analyze why housing ads are written the way they are. The fifth is activities should have students develop specific skills and strategies so that they can transfer skill to other learning situations. For example, read for main idea, then read for specific information. Next. The sixth is activities should have students develop specific language and a skill they need for authentic communications, so that students learn and practice vocabulary, grammar, function, and etc. that they can use in real situations. For example, is like work on vocabulary so they can access text and be able to speak, or do work on grammar and for skills before culture, and brainstorm questions to ask and learn prior to role play. The seven is activities should integrate the four skills of speaking, listening, reading, and writing, because the four skills mutually reinforce each other. For example, like follow-up reading with telephone activity to answer ad, or role play, and etc. The eighth one is activities should enable students to understand how a text is constructed, so that students can gain access to similar text. For example, like analyze why housing ads are written the way they are. Use real newspapers to determine where to find this information. Next. Nine is activities should enable students to understand cultural context and cultural differences, so they can have more confidence in target culture and understand own culture better. Examples: discuss how housing is found in the United States versus in their culture, or ensure they know how decisions are made and communicated in the United States versus in their culture. 10 is activities should enable students to develop social awareness so they can navigate system in target culture. For examples like help students to know rights and responsibilities, or make sure students understand not only customs with respect to renting, but issues such as discrimination based on race, children, or age. 11, the last one is activities should be as authentic as possible so that students see relationship with real language use so that students gain experience with real language. For example, like contextual activities, friend is moving, what our friend needs, just and add based on needs. Provide authentic speaking practice, role play, talking to landlord over telephone, meeting with landlord, provide newspapers, and find other aids. Next.
Thank you for Yuni Yuniar who have delivered the materials. The next materials is the continue from on what basis does one choose, adapt, or develop materials by Vira Octaviani. The 12 activities should vary the roles and groupings in the pedagogical context within the class so the students get different types of practice and responsibilities on the social context with respect to the social context so that student experience or analyze different social roles. The 13 activities should be of various types and purpose. These activities is to provide adequate practice. 14 activities should use authentic text or realia when possible, so that students are familiar with or have access to language as used in real world. The 15 activities should employ a variety of materials. It is to engage students and to meet different learning needs. And according to the chart below, the sociolinguistic area is not explicitly mentioned. So this is the list of consideration for developing materials based on the 15 list from what the speaker have told. And we could show that the chart include two additional categories. The first is activity task or task types, and the second is materials. And also, the important aspect of material development is making choice or decisions. As the teacher, we cannot put all of the activities or materials that we will deliver to our students. Therefore, we should choose what relevant materials and tasks according to the educational or learning aims about the materials. According to the list consideration that I have told before, we can find there is authentic materials. The authentic materials refers to spoken and written text that are used by native speaker in the real world, according to Omagio Hadley. And using authentic material is problematic in the L2 classroom because it is not constructed to contain only the aspect of language the learner has learned up until that point, and so may not be entirely accessible to the learner. So the authentic material should be presented by the native speaker itself. So the country with English as the second language may not be appropriate to provide the authentic materials. Therefore, the materials of authentic materials could be pedagogically prepared or authentic or really authentic. And also there is some tests or activities that considered to be authentic. However, some authentic tasks or activities are not possible to do in EFL settings, and it is not appropriate in ESL settings. We can imagine that Indonesia is an EFL country. So whenever we do the authentic materials, it may not be appropriate because the authentic materials have to be presented, or it should be presented or constructed in the real world. So when we want to role play as materials of the conversation with the landlord or the renter, it might not be authentic because in the reality we could not find such activities. So the text or activities would be pedagogical text or in the real world itself. So in the real world test, it could be done by role play or telephone conversation. Meanwhile, the pedagogical text in EFL or ESL settings, it could be provided by only read scripted dialogue about the context. And also, there is choice around language to the learners to produce, either spoken or written. The language output used by the student can be controlled or open-ended. The controlled means it is practice the grammatical structures or language functions or vocabulary items by the context. Meanwhile, the open-ended, they use all the language in their repertoire to complete an activity. A more comprehensive way of looking at controlled versus open-ended language output that relates specifically to materials development is the distinction between an activity and exercise. The activity usually open-ended output and the purposeful and active use of language according to the needs of communication situation. Meanwhile, the exercise is more likely to be a controlled output because it is focused on one or more elements of the communication process. So developing materials means the teacher should balance the activities and exercise. If the activities is less than exercise, it would impede development of the ability to communicate in the real world. However, if the exercise is less than activities, it would deny students the opportunity to develop the language and skills they need to communicate effectively. There are also examples of material. The list below is the example of telephone technology from Cindy Thatcher-Fettis speaking and listening course in a university intensive English program. The students are from different countries and are at a high intermediate or low advanced level. Classes meet 5 days a week for 1.5 hours a day. Some activities are adapted from Book Sounds Ideas in the Tapestry series by Henley. The example of materials will be delivered by Uswatun Hasanah.
Thank you, Vera. Okay, such like Vera described before, the example of materials is the unit of telephone technology from Cindy Thatcher-Fettis, and the course is speaking and listening course. The students are from different countries with high intermediate or low advanced level, and the classes met 5 days a week for 1.5 hours a day. So the class will begin at Monday to Friday. At the first day, there will be 3 activities. The first one is schema activations. Here, teacher activates students' schema on telephone technology by writing what on the board. For example, like 100 years ago, the telephone was invented to allow people to talk to each other. Now it's being used to help people avoid talk. And then students will discuss this quote with their peers, and then after that, the students will discuss it with a whole class. And after that, students will review the vocabulary during the according to the article which before the teacher begin the class, the teacher will send an article to the students about voicemail. The title is voicemail, not the answer. And this article is written in this book on page 264. And then after that, students will review the vocabulary about voicemail, answering machine, call waiting, etc. And the next activity is communication strategies. In this activity, students will review handout on clarifying and paraphrasing. The material is written in this book also on page 267. And after that, students will listen to attack conversations and write down the instance of clarifying and paraphrasing by their own word. And then students will practice in pairs using strategic expressions during mini conversations. And the teacher will give the students only 2 minutes for this, with a third student monitoring to see whether or not they're using the strategies. The last activity is discussions. The discussions is about the students will be discussed about the article before, which is voicemail, not the answer. In this activity, students establish a discussion with. First, students have to establish a discussion leader, which responsible for full group participation and continuous movement of discussions. The next one is students will discuss homework questions in group of 5. After that, and after they find a result from the discussions, then the students will report the findings or issue back to the large group. After the material on this day have end, so the teacher will give them a homework, and the homework is listen to the tape in the language laboratory and move to the next day. On Tuesday, the first activity is warm up. And on this activity, students will review a cartoon and discuss question in pairs. The cartoon also written in this book, page 266. And after that, students will discuss meanings and reactions in the large group. And the second activity, students will review the homework, the homework that teacher given in the yesterday. Students will briefly summarize the tape dialogue, and then students share their descriptions to others, and after that discuss the questions. And the next activity is simulation preparations. In this activity, students will brainstorm on board the pros and cons of having telephone technology in business. And next, students choose roles of simulations about pro and cons, and get together with students that have their same role. And the last, students will talk about the stance they're going to take in the simulated office meeting, the reasons behind it, and how they're going to say it. And the last, teacher also give their homework to practice part for the simulations. And the next day, next slide please. On Wednesday, the first activities is simulation. Students break into the office meeting groups and begin simulations. Kayak kan tadi udah dikasih tugas ya, tugasnya kan buat menyiapkan simulasi praktis dari meeting gitu, meeting di office. Nah ini students break into the office meeting groups and begin simulations. Terus student will discuss result with their groups after they do the discussions. And the second activities is situations about telephoning. Students will discuss of telephoning fears. Why it's difficult to talk on telephone, or why don't like to, or personal experience problem, and etc. And the second one, students will fill out as much of the blank handout. Tugasnya itu ada di halaman 268. Nah, nanti jadi si siswa ngisi itu tuh tentang ngisi itu berdasarkan telepon. Terus review expression as a class, expression, meaning, pronunciations. And the homework of this meeting is review telephone handout and filling the rest as best as they came. Kan tadi tugasnya dia suruh ngisi yang blank handout. Nah, kalau misalnya belum selesai itu dilanjutin di rumah dan dikerjakan sebaik mungkin. And the next day is Thursday. The first activity is review of handout. Kan kemarin udah dikasih tugas, nah sekarang di review handoutnya itu. And then practice expressions. Student will practice with students. A teacher will practice with students. A teacher calling students. The activity is teacher calling the students, then teacher calling individual students, and then students will calling each other back to back for full effect. And the next is students will listen to tap telephone conversations, focus on discrete informations. The next activity they use, students will practice expressions with role play cards. The text is written on 269. The next day is the last day, Friday. The activity 1 is review the homework before, which is the teacher asked the students to call. I'm not sure about this, but the task that written on this book is call my host and ask for my VNs. Is this the teacher VNs or the students VNs? I don't know, I'm not sure. But the task is to call her VNs and leave a message. Now, on the Friday, students have to review the homework and talk about the general areas of success and things to work on when calling. And the next activity is warm up. Students will read the situations about the thing that written on page 269. And the last one is discuss any questions, issue, concern raised. And then next activity is calling for information. Students will discuss personal experience about calling places to get information. Misalnya kayak students tuh bagi-bagi pengalaman mereka tentang kalau pernah nggak sih mereka nanyain atau nggak telepon gitu ke suatu tempat untuk nanyain ini loh tempat ini buka nggak ya misalnya gitu untuk atau nggak bus ini bisa dipakai nggak hari ini gitu. Nah itu discuss tentang pengalaman siswa tentang itu pernah nggak. Terus review handout with students and practice pronunciation, and terus ada juga kegiatan listen to tap telephone conversations, and then student practice the situations, and the last is have a few pairs demonstrate. Terus tugas di hari ini yaitu call some place for informations. Jadi kayak kan tadi kalau sebelumnya si siswa ngasih pengalaman mereka tentang kalau sebelumnya dia pernah nggak sih nelfon suatu tempat liburan atau suatu toko gitu buat tahu lagi buka nggak sih atau apa gitu. Nah, tugasnya juga melakukan itu lagi gitu. Call some place for information, bisa ke toko, bus depot, train stations, or etc. The aim of her course is for students to improve their listening and speaking skills so that they can function independently in both daily and academic context. Next slide, please. And the next unit is from Chris Conley's The Course for Adult Immigrants, in which he shows one way to implement the actions portion his cycle. Di sini, siswa akan diminta buat mengundang temannya from the business community to present information to them about what they are studying. So, di kegiatan ini, students akan membuat sebuah undangan gitu. Objektifnya, students will become aware of different style of written invitations, be able to identify some difference and similarities between culture styles of inviting, karena di sini kelasnya itu terdiri dari berbagai siswa yang dari berbagai negara gitu. Nanti mereka bakalan nulis suratnya itu berdasarkan bahasa dan stylenya mereka. Terus to recognize and identify the various components of a formal letter, and then be able to write a formal invitations. Next slide. Ini mulai dari kegiatannya. Pre-writing, sebelum nulis, teacher will show 4 types of invitations to the students and will ask to them about are they formal or informal, or what is each invitation for? Is it an event? How is it present? And other questions about the invitations. And next, students will get into the same culture group and are told that they will invite someone from their culture to the class. Jadi kan ini ada di kelas ini dari berbagai negara. Nah, mereka bakalan ditugasin buat mengundang orang lain gitu yang bukan dari kelas itu, tapi satu negara sama mereka gitu, satu kebudayaan juga. Nah, nanti suratnya bakalan ditulis menggunakan bahasa dan style mereka. And then they present the letters to the class. What are the components? Is it informal or formal, personal, and type of handwriting-nya gimana? Terus, the teacher will post them on the walls for reference and reminders for the students to fall back on. And next, students look at the 4 samples the teacher present and in the walls. And next, students will analyze why they choose this style. And the last, teacher posts this along with the other invitations. When the writing activity, students will, next slide please. When the writing activity, students will brainstorm the layout of the letter, such like carried out about what should go in it, the order, how long it should be, and then students from culturally mixed group of 3 and as group make a first draft. And then they will present their invitations to the other class, to the other students in the class. And the last one is students discuss how to pull together information from all the invitation into one. And after the writing activity is post-writing. The teacher has the students to read the letter out loud, one student taking 1 sentence, then they read it silently. Kan udah ditulis, sudah jadi suratnya, nanti si siswanya bacanya di depan teman-teman yang lain di kelas. Students are asked to consider how they would edit the letter. And the last one is students copy the letter and read it at home for homework. Post-writing-nya, the teacher, for the next class-nya, the students review the invitations and are asked for any additional change. Kalau misalnya ada perubahan gitu dari, kan tadi setelah dibacakan, misalnya dari si guru ada tambahan, oh ini harusnya gini, oh itu harusnya begitu. Nah, itu nanti diubah sama si siswa. Terus siswa, students type the letter secara utuh dan setelah diadakan revisi sama gurunya. Kemudian yang terakhir, letter is mailed to the teacher. That's it. Thank you. Saya kembalikan ke moderator.
Thank you, Uswatun Hasanah, for present the materials. The last materials about sequencing will be delivered by Ferawati.
I would like to learn about sequencing. The same principles of sequencing, building, and recycling that apply to course organization apply to unit organization. At the unit level, Building from step A to step B can be understood as step A is simpler and step B is more complex. For example, in CRISE units, students write a letter in their own language prior to constructing in the target language. And B, step A is more controlled. Step B is more open-ended, requires more initiative. For example, in Cindy's unit on Friday, sequence 3, calling for information, students practice set expressions here to practicing situation in pairs. The pair practice precedes the actual calling of a place for information. Step A provides knowledge or skills required to do step B. For example, in CRISE unit, students analyze examples of invitation in order to write their own invitation. The next is step A, use receptive skills. Example is listening and reading. And step basis, productive skills like speaking and or listening or input before action. In Cindy's unit, students listen to a telephone conversation prior to producing their own, and they read and study a handout with functional expressions prior to practicing them. And the last is step A, use productive skills to activate knowledge, and step B, use receptive skills to consolidate knowledge. In Cindy's unit, the students talk about what they know about telephone technology prior to studying vocabulary and expressions on a handout. The next slide. Other approach to sequencing include A, going from the other or another's viewpoint to self, the subjective one's own viewpoint. In some cases, it is typical to use others' viewpoints or experiences as a preparation for or writing about one's own. And B is the steps could be reversed from personal experience to universal experience. In some classes, students begin with their personal experience in order to understand and make generalization about the experience of the skills. And the next is ways to recycle. Include A, recycling something using a different skill. In Cindy's unit, students listen to tape on conversations prior to using oral skills in a telephone role play. And B, recycling something in a different context. In Cindy's unit, students call information using practice situations, then call for information in a real situations. C, recycling something using a different learning technique. In CRISE units, students compare letters they have written and then dictate one group letter to the teacher. And the next material is how does one develop materials? Developing materials are rooted in your beliefs, understandings, and experience. They also depend on your goals and objectives. The way you conceptualize the content of the course, the way you organize and sequence of your course, and your understanding of your students' needs. Develop the materials for a unit for your course. This includes the text, visual, and etc., as well as the activities students will do first. Consider your course organization, what the unit focus is, and what the unit content is, according to your goals and objectives. Refers to investigations 7-9 on page 145, in which you made a list of language components and skills you want to include. Consider your context, how long you have for the unit, who your students are, institutional givens as you develop the materials. Second is make a note of how you are taking into consideration of the elements. And the third is consider the continue on page 156 until 157, and whether you have a balance of exercises that target specific language and skills and activities that allow students to draw on their entirety of their language learning resources. And the last is consider the ways in which the activities build on each other and recycle language and skills. That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you very much for watching our presentation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.